Justin here, and in today's episode we're going to be kind of looking at the 2013 Honda CBR250r. I've had this bike for about a year. I put on about 2,000 miles. I've enjoyed it. It's a cool bike, but I think there's some things you probably should know before you buy one yourself. Kind of got some quirks, features, and all those fun things in the words of Doug DeNiro. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, for those of you that don't know much about the Honda CBR250r, it's a 249cc liquid-cooled engine. Fuel injection, which is nice. I love fuel injection compared to carbs, because carbs are a pain in the butt because you always have to clean them. The top speed is rated at 87 miles per hour according to Honda's tests and all that stuff, but you never get close to that in real world experiences. So I've got about 75 miles per hour in full tuck mode on this bike, which isn't bad. It's still plenty of speed for fun. If you're not looking for something like a sport bike, super sport bike, want something a little more comfy, a little more manageable, easier to ride, this bike is insanely light, so you're going to be able to go places you couldn't go on a full-fledged sport bike like my Katana in the back. The Katana weighs in, I think, close to 500 pounds, not quite 500 pounds. And the CBR is more around 350, I believe, if even that. 0 to 60 time, according to their website, once again, is 7.4 seconds. I think I've gotten close to that. I'd probably say 7.5, 7.6 in real world application. That was taking it up to the torque curve, all the way to the torque curve. It's a fun bike. It's an easy to ride bike. The fuel injection makes it nice. I've ridden this bike in anywhere from 90-degree weather down to 30-degree weather. I rode this throughout the winter. When I go to work, when there's no snow on the ground, it was about 30 degrees some days, and it did fine. Starts right up every time. Don't have to worry about warming up the bike. You can just turn it on and go. Tons and tons of fun. The cons I don't like with this bike is the top speed. Top speed isn't the greatest in my opinion. 70 miles per hour, 75, 80 miles per hour isn't super fast, but obviously you're gonna be going on any road you're gonna be going on. I think the highest speeds in most states is like 55, 65, or 65 on interstates, I believe. 0 to 60 is decent. Obviously, if you're wanting a full-fledged sport bike, the 0 to 60 time isn't gonna get you anywhere fast. But where this bike shines is the reliability, Honda's reliability. I can't talk bad about the reliability of these bikes. All weather, all temperatures, it starts up and it goes, no problem. Maintenance is easy, parts are cheap. It's a great bike for someone who wants something easy to ride. If they're a beginner, even if they're a experienced rider, it's easy, it's fun. I've enjoyed it. It was my fourth bike, I believe. I've had bigger bikes and I've had smaller bikes. And it's a good middle ground bike. Give you a little walk around. Comfy seat. On my bike, I have the MGP slip-on exhaust. It's very loud. Obviously, the stock bike is not going to be loud as this or sound like this. It has a very distinctive rumble growl with this exhaust on it, which I enjoy. Some people think it's a little too loud, and I can understand that. Mine has Pro Grip tank guard up here. You have a analog tachometer, and you have a digital speedometer. Shows you your gas as a gas gauge, time, temperature, how many miles. It also has got a trip odometer, if you can see that. It's got ABS. Oh yeah, someone should mention this. So not all CBR250Rs have ABS, but mine does. So auto braking system, automatic braking system. I'm not quite sure the actual term. This helps out in the rain, helps you not to lock your brakes up. Riding in the winter, riding in gravel areas and stuff like that, it was nice to have. You don't have to worry about slipping as much as I would on a bike like the Katana that doesn't have ABS. I'll probably put a little snippet from Google on what ABS is and what it does, because I'm not the greatest at explaining things, but I always do my best. Obviously, that's all you can do. Single front disc brakes. Obviously a single in the back. Compared to my Katana, which has dual front discs, has single disc in the back. I'm not quite sure the seat height. I believe it's about 32 inches seat height. You can put a passenger on here. My wife often rides with me on this bike. It's a easy bike to ride with a passenger. Rear foot pegs, kind of just sit down and relax. Compared to the Katana you're leaned over, you're hunched over. The bars on the CBR give you a lot more room to sit upright, which is a lot more comfy if you're looking for something more of a touring, but also kind of want the sport bike styling. The horn. Very loud, kind of obnoxious if you ask me, but you know, that's what it is. Another dislike of mine on the CBR, but I guess you can run into this problem with almost any bike, about half and half. CBR has a pop-off gas cap. When you're at the gas station, where do you put this? Do you have to like kind of put it here, hope it doesn't scratch your paint, hope it doesn't fall off. I don't want to set it on the ground. It's got my key. I'm sure these things are not super cheap to replace. And to add to the fun, if you look inside the gas thing, there's a bunch of like metal and other things inside there. I'm assuming it's just the framework of the gas tank, but you can't put a nozzle all the way in there. So I'm forced to kind of just hover it inside this hole and hope gas doesn't shoot out everywhere, and hope I can see the fuel coming up before it overfills. Because obviously you're not going to be taking the key out to check your gas on the speedometer. Push it down, pull it out, lock it. As far as I know, you can't take the key. I don't think you can. As far as I can tell, there's a lock that prevents you from taking your key out when it's in the gas cap. I prefer the more traditional flip up or flip back, flip to the side gas caps. Less things you have to worry about. But that is just my personal opinion. Another thing I noticed, I don't know if you can see it, it's probably hard to see. The bike is pretty upright when it's on its kickstand. This kickstand, I'm assuming it's stock, puts the bike really upright. Compared to the Katana, which try to get a good view. Okay, you see how upright the CBR is on the kickstand? And then the Katana, that angle. The Katana kind of hangs to the side. It leans over a lot more than the CBR does. It just kind of makes you uneasy when you're putting the kickstand down and putting the bike. So you go to put it down, and you see how it feels like it's going to fall over. That does not feel like it's substantial enough to keep the bike up. But I do like their addition, this little kick rest thing. Look at that, that's not bad. There we go. Tons of shifting from it. Kind of sketchy. You know, when in Rome. Fuel mileage and stuff like that, I think it's, once again, I'll put it on the screen what the actual miles per gallon is. But with it being fuel injected, being a 250cc engine, you're gonna get some good fuel mileage on this bike. I'd say probably 70 to 80 miles per gallon in that range, which is great if you're commuting. I call this a good commuter bike. I think the seat does come off. So your key unlocks this. Yeah, so your main seat comes off through the bolts. Your rear passenger seat is where your manual at, and your tools and all that stuff. Brake light. Slides back on. Okay, I'm gonna leave you some closing thoughts, my opinion on this bike. Forgot to say it is a 6-speed manual. I think most sport bikes are 6 speeds nowadays. This bike is not for everyone, but it is for everyone. That's just kind of a contradicting statement, but it makes sense because it's a small, light, easy to ride bike for new beginners, new riders, people trying to learn to ride. But it also leaves room and fun and ease of riding for experienced riders. For me, I have this bike if I want to go to work. Starts up on a dime. Easy to ride, lightweight for city traveling because I work in the city. Comfortable. This is so much more comfortable than the Katana. My arms and back and everything hurt when I ride the Katana for long distances. This is so much better because you're more upright, you're more comfy. Your legs kind of more like this, kind of fit inside the bike. That, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a pain. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you're looking at this bike, looking at bikes similar to it, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing for more content. My channel's kind of taking some changes. I'm sure if you look back through some of the other videos, you'll see some of different different styles of videos. Some comedy skits, some how-to videos, bike reviews, and all these other things. I'm trying to be decisive on what kind of content I make. I'm trying to make content that helps people get into writing and is more informative than it is entertaining. I want to be entertaining, honestly, but I want to be more informative than entertaining. If you want to see more of the entertaining, just kind of relaxed stuff, my Instagram, I have a TikTok now. I made a TikTok, my friends convinced me. I think I regret doing it, but we'll see how it goes. That will be more of the fun comedy stuff. Well, anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Keep riding, enjoy life, don't die. I will see you later.